I'm in a very toxic relationship with the show From. I feel like Lana Lang being constantly manipulated by Clark Kent, and I don't like it. I hate it actually, because it's like, can you tell me something? Bro, they got me scratching like a crackhead asking for answers to a show that I committed myself to. Oh my god, this is not healthy. So today we're talking about From. I found this show by a friendly recommendation. I looked at the ratings. Bro, this show is trash. Why are you sending it to me? They said, watch it. I promise you, this is such a mind fuck. This is the same person that recommended Game of Thrones to me, so I have some trust here. It's just kind of sketchy, okay? The thing with this show, it's an amazing show. I love this show, but I also hate this show. Fuck this show. Because we're 4 seasons deep in this show, and you know what we know about the show? Nothing. Literally nothing. So in the show From, there's basically this town. It's a hidden town. Nobody knows where it is, and nobody knows how to get out. There's monsters in this town that come out at night and they kill people. And I'm talking about really kill people, because these motherfuckers don't play. When they get you, I don't know if they eat people or they just do this for the fun, because bro, this shit is disgusting. Lord, please forgive me if I ever have any ops this vicious. I don't need those problems. Where is this town? Nobody knows. The monsters, where did they come from? Nobody knows. Where did these talismans come from? Nobody knows. We just found them one day on a random tree. Like, bro, you know nothing. So once night falls, you're gonna go straight Fortnite mode. You're gonna batten down the doors. You're gonna batten down all the windows. Put the talisman on the door to make sure everything is secure. And now you're safe. You're locked in your house. Nobody can mess with you. Don't put your kids by the window. They will fuck you over. I promise you. Because the monsters, they're not just regular monsters. They're human-like monsters. They can talk. So they'll come up to you at the window and they will basically tempt you to open the window. And I don't lie. If a monster come to my window shaking some titties, hey, maybe dying ain't that bad. So the only way people end up in this mysterious town, right, is either you're Victor that's been here for over like 20-50 years and all that nigga does is fucking measure trees. Oh, I hate this nigga so much. I fucking or the other way you get into the town is by driving on the highway. So you drive on the highway, cruising down that bitch. While driving, you gonna see a big tree in the road, and if you see that tree, Itachi gonna pull up with the Crow gang. Then that road only leads to the town. You can't get out of the town. You can't go back to your real life. So if you had a grandma that was sick of home, grandma might die. I don't know. And this is where I introduce my nigga Jade. Ooh. But wait, let's not flex on Jade too much, because at the start of the show, he is the most annoying person you would ever see. Like, fuck off. I used to pray for this boy's downfall. I used to hate everything about this man. Jade is a millionaire, billionaire. I don't know. He just a rich nigga. He got it like that, right? He's so rich, he just thinks, oh, my supervisors are just playing a social experiment trick on me. This is all fake. So he just runs around the whole time telling everybody that this is fake. Like, bro, shut the hell up. But then when he realizes it's real, he becomes the realest nigga in the whole show. Because
you guys want to play house? You want to go home? Because I have an idea.
Everybody else are just trying to live with this shit. He is the only one that's really seriously trying to make it out. Everybody else in this fucking town is fucking insane people. There's a girl that is going around killing her own brother because she says the monsters are telling her in her head that she needs to kill people to get out of the town. Like, bro, you killed people and you're still here. Where are you fucking down? And then you have a woman that tried to kill the whole town because she thinks she's dreaming. And if she kills everybody in the dream, she's gonna wake up, which might be the most stupidest thing I ever heard. I'm not gonna lie. And then we have the main character of the show. That is Boyd. And Boyd, I don't know if I like you or not. You're a weird one. I'm not gonna lie. You piss me off. So the area is split into 2 sections, right? You have the colony house. I don't know why people choose to live here, because they just be partying and doing drugs every day. It's literally a Diddy house. So you could choose to live in Diddy house, or you could live in the town. With the town, you get your own house, or you might have to crash with somebody, but that's not bad. Other than crashing with 50 other people that take drugs and could open the door for anybody at any time and you don't know. Like, these people are so stupid, bro. It gets to a point, right? Matthew's family, they choose to live in the town, except for the daughter. She goes to the colony house because she's trying to get cracked by this girl that she met 5 minutes ago. It's weird, to say the least. The thing with living with people is these monsters aren't regular monsters. These monsters are human-like. They can talk, and they come to the windows and they will tempt you. The more people you live with, the more risk you run of somebody letting in the monsters and everybody dies. The thing about this town is they cannot contact nobody like outside of the town because you have no radio signal, so you can't make a phone call, you can't get on the radio to hear anything, but they still have electricity. So find shit figured out. Oh, we have electricity, we gotta find out where it's coming from. And that might be the first good idea that anybody has ever had for the entire show. So she finds the wires, finds out that the electricity is coming from underground. Her idea is to dig underground to find out where it's coming from. So she keeps digging, and she dies. And remember the girl that was killing people that I told you about earlier? The one that thought monsters were talking to her? So she killed like 5 people, right? And once they found her, they let her live. Why? Because they think she has some weird connection with the place. And what if she doesn't? What if she was just insane? Did we think about this? Also, do you remember when I told you about the colony house and how living with a lot of people gives you a risk of dying more? So this man started a whole relationship with one of the monsters. Every night he will go to the window and talk to her, and she's at the window every night seducing him. She's trying to let him know that she's trying to get cracked and flipped like a fucking Krabby Patty. You know what I'm saying? And he folded. Is he wrong for this? That's debatable. I might fold too, I'm not gonna lie. And he let her in and he died crazily. The whole colony house died. Well, damn near. And what really annoys me is these monsters too. I know I should be rooting for the humans for surviving, but bro, I don't want to be that guy. But if I was in this show, bro, there is no way in hell that I am getting caught. I promise you that. I would be full on Usain Bolt sprinting. They don't run. How are they gonna catch me? He opened a window and there's a bloodbath. The whole house is getting murked. People are jumping out of roofs. They eventually got away, some of them. And the creepy dude that measured the trees, I told you already, his name is Victor. He's running with this girl from the Matthews family, and he puts her in this tree for her to get away. And the tree's called a faraway tree. There are a lot of them in the show, and you can actually escape the place by going through a faraway tree. But hey, don't try that shit at home. I promise you it's not gonna work. The way they know about the trees is Victor, as I told you, he's been here forever. He knows this little boy that runs around in the forest. They call him the boy in white. Couldn't we be more creative there? So the boy in white, I think he's helping them. I'm not sure if he is, and he's the one that told them about the faraway tree. And also, this might be the dumbest death ever. Father Katri, you did not have to die, bro. You were safe in the house and you ran out to get murked. It's not like you saved anybody, you just got murked for no reason. After the pastor dies, by the way, he's the one that kept the crazy girl alive, the one that has the monsters in her head. Boyd took her on a magical journey through the forest because obviously she has some connection here. So they try to find something out. They almost died. Good thing the boy in white helped them there and showed them the faraway tree and get them to safety. They found this lighthouse. This lighthouse is very important. And while they went through the faraway tree and in the forest suffering, the people at the colony house are trying to get radio signals out. So they built a huge antenna and have the bright idea, let's put it on top of the house. And as soon as they put the antenna up on the house, coincidentally, a storm starts happening. Mind you, the place was sunny the entire time. And suddenly, a storm comes and blows that whole shit down. They get a connection from the radio, and all they hear is,
"Your wife shouldn't be digging that hole, Jim."
that might be the most insane line that is ever uttered this entire show, because after that, the whole vibe changes. So after Boyd went through the faraway tree, he ended up in a hole somewhere. We don't know where it is. And while this woman was stuck under the house because it collapsed, she meets Victor. What the fuck is he doing down here? Bro, most of the times I think he is the whole reason why this town even exists, bro. This is just weird. And while all of that is happening, a new group of people end up in the town. So there's a bus that comes. Everybody's freaked out. Where did this bus come from and why does it come right now when everything is crashing down and all this crazy stuff is happening? Like, you guys couldn't pick a worse time to come. So the main people that came from the bus is Elgin and Randall. Don't worry, we hate the both of them. We do not like those people. So they helped try to get Tabitha from under the house, right? And the entire house collapsed. And when the house collapsed, it trapped some people under the house. It trapped Jim and 2 other people, I don't remember their names. So while they're trapped in the house, everybody's trying to help, but the sun is setting and night is falling. Oh my god, they're so cooked. Because we all know what happens when it's nighttime. And just like Jade, the new people that came here do not believe in these monsters. They don't care about going inside at nighttime because obviously everybody here is crazy.
You're still outside when the sun goes down. You and everyone else on this little death trap are gonna die.
So naturally, they die. Oh my god, that just reminded me. This pisses me off so much. So some of the new people that were completely ignorant to go inside the house because they didn't believe in fucking monsters, they were running outside. When the monsters came, they were outside screaming, help, blah, 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 blah. And this bitch, I don't want to get angry, but this fucking, why are you trying to risk this nigga life to go outside? You trying to break the windows, you screaming. You don't know these people. They don't know you. Bro, like, oh, I would just knocked her ass out and put her to sleep for the entire series because what is wrong with her? Let's move back to Boyd because he's still stuck in the hole. While he's stuck in the hole, somebody above threw a rope down there and tell him to climb up. When he gets back up, he meets this guy. He's chained to a wall. His name is Martin. Martin has been chained to this wall for years and he has worms crawling around in his arms. Boyd, being the superhero that he is trying to get him off the wall, trying to break the chains. And this man Martin slimed him out. He cut him and then put his worms on him and said, my blood is your blood now. Like, this is some fucking witchcraft chanting. And Martin dies. After he says that, he dies, and now Boyd has the worms in his arms, infected with some random disease that nobody knows what it is. And I'm sorry for moving back and forth between so many stories because there is so much that's happening in this movie at this time, right? So back to Tabitha meeting Victor under the house. They are in caves. Victor lets her know that this is where the monsters live. Victor, why do you know where the monsters live? And he's there chilling like he lives there with them. I don't know what's wrong with this man Victor. So they're moving, trying to get out of this monster infected crap hole, and Tabitha finds children. Remember these children, they're very important. I don't know why, but they're important. That's just a vibe of the show. You know things are important, you don't know why, but you just know they're important. Get used to it, bro. They escape the hole and they end up in the back of Victor's truck. Rather than the truck, the same time Boyd escapes from his little dream and he ends up seeing them at the back of the truck and he goes into the truck. At the same time, remember that Elgin kid that I told you that we do not like? He sees the truck as well because he was one of them that don't believe in the monsters. So he's outside running away from the monsters and he sees the truck. They tell him to get in that motherfucker before it gets crazy outside, and he hops in. They should have left that nigga to die. Now let's go back to our boy Jade. Remember Jade? Jade, he's having hallucinations. He's seeing things, and not just anything. He's seen the same symbol over and over and over again. So he contacts the only person that's been here for like 50 years and doesn't know nothing. So he reaches out to Victor and tells him, yo Victor, I am seeing these images. I don't know what they are. And Victor shits himself. He doesn't want to tell nobody nothing. He freaks out. What's wrong with Victor? So after going through his manic episode, Victor explains to Jade that there's a man that was named Christopher. Christopher used to see these same symbols that Jade is seeing right now. And when Christopher started seeing these symbols, that's when everything got bad. So Jade, you better stop seeing that symbol right now before we blow your shit in. We will get Sarah on you. And you know she don't play. The same time Jade is having dreams is the same time that Tabitha is having dreams as well. But her dreams are a lot more creepier than Jade. Let me tell you that. She's seen dead kids walking around saying Ankui, Ankui all over. It gets so annoying. Nobody knows what it means. I'm not talking about just regular kids, bro. These kids are freaking creepy. They look like they came straight out of The Walking Dead. They look more monster-like than the actual monsters. Oh, by the way, I haven't talked about Kenny. So Kenny is basically Boyd's assistant. Boyd is the sheriff of the town, so he runs shit, and Kenny sorta runs shit. The story of Kenny now, remember the crazy woman that got monsters in her head? That bitch killed Kenny's father, and Boyd didn't tell him. Nobody knows she's alive except for Boyd. There's so much happening, I forgot to tell you guys this. So the monsters told her to kill him, so she went to the door and opened the door, let the monsters kill his dad. Boyd hit her. Nobody knows she's alive because he just been walking around the forest with her. Now Kenny found her and knows that she killed his dad. Now everybody, we don't fuck with Boyd no more. It's Boyd K. Boyd cannot be caught lacking. He will really get sprayed with this switch, because why are you fucking with the And let's go back to the Diddy house. I mean the colony house. As I said, a lot of people living together. It's a crazy house there. So there's an argument that kicked up, and Boyd's son, he's trying to break up the argument that's going on, and he gets freaking stabbed. He almost died. They took him to the hospital, and the only way to save him is to get blood. The only person that has his blood that matches with him is Boyd. But Boyd can't give him blood because Boyd got the freaking worms in his hand, and he doesn't know what kind of disease he might give his son if he give him the blood. And the brilliant idea we came up with is maybe we can get rid of the disease like we got it. Remember, we got it by the man cutting him and saying my blood is your blood now? We gonna do that to one of the monsters. So night falls, Boyd goes outside, calls for the monsters, and he cuts him, put the worms on him, and says the same my blood is your blood, and now the disease passes to the monster. But funny thing is, that monster dies. Boyd didn't die when he get it, but that killed the monster. Why? I don't know. But now the worms are out of Boyd, and now he can give him the blood safely without no problems, right? And now that we just saved his son, we found out that his son's girlfriend just got pregnant, which is insane because before they got to the town and while they were at the town, she could have never got pregnant. All of a sudden, this girl's pregnant. Don't tell me that you were pregnant for another man. Oh God. And let's talk about Randall, right? Remember we told you that we don't fuck with Randall. We don't like Randall. After Jim gets saved from out of the house, right? He and Randall becomes best friends. And while being best friends, just like any other group of crackheads, they start to suspect that the real enemy is the people that are around them. And like any superior crackhead, Randall take that shit seriously. He kidnapped the owner for the fucking colony house because he believes she's working with the monsters. I mean, they just tried to kill her the other day. What the fuck you mean? And this is why we don't fuck with Randall. He is insane because what the fuck? So you remember the kids that we were talking about earlier that Tabitha saw in her dreams, and they were saying Ankui, Ankui. Apparently Victor's brain started working again, and he remembers that his mother used to see the same kids, and his mother was trying to save the kids from the tower. So now Tabitha took it up on her head that maybe it's her turn to try to save the kids, and if she can save the kids, then maybe we can all go home. While all this is happening, a random bug infestation happens in the town. Cicadas take over the whole town, and the crazy girl has an explanation that maybe this place runs off your fears, and when you die, your fears become a part of the place. Why? Because her brother that she killed was afraid of cicadas, and the cicadas aren't the crazy part. The crazy part is if you fall asleep, you will die. So now nobody is going to sleep because if you fall asleep, you will die in your dream. So in the town, everybody's trying their best not to sleep. Outside of the town, we have this crazy man Randall that still got Donna tied to the tree because he thinks she's working with the monsters. So he says, hey, fuck it, nobody going home. He throws away the keys to the van that should take them back to the town, and it's night. He does this because he thinks, well, if she works for the monsters, if we stay outside here, they're not gonna kill us. Nigga, is you crazy? So they took a talisman, we go to the van, and we have to survive the whole night inside the van, right? And while they're staying in the van overnight, right, they get surrounded by mad monsters. I'm talking like all of them surround the van, and then this music start playing. Boy starts hearing music from the music box again, and then boom, 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 boom. There's a monster beating at the door from under the ground. So they got the fuck out of there. But he got up out of there. Everybody escaped except for Randall. Ooh, oh my gosh, I wish he would have died. But he did survive. So while Randall was being swarmed by the cicadas, these two girls were getting attacked by the same thing, and they all went into a coma, right? They figured that the reason why this is all happening is because Boyd brought back this disease to the town, and it causes a lot of bullshit. So Boyd took the creepy girl that hears monsters. I'm not giving her a name. I'm so sorry. I'm not giving her a name. He took her back to the place that he woke up after he got the worms in his hands. Creepy girl started to freak out because remember, she can hear voices. So she says the voices were laughing at Boyd because when he killed the monster and burned the body, he released some type of evil in the air that attacks people while they're asleep. That's why nobody can sleep no more. And this evil won't go away until Boyd destroys the music box that's playing the music. I don't want to get too deep into it, but Boyd lit a torch and he got back into the cave where he caught the disease, right? He found the music box, shattered it, and everybody woke up back from their coma. And they are alive. But that's not the creepiest part that's happening in the show at this moment, because while all this is happening, Victor took Tabitha to a faraway tree that his mother went through when she was trying to save the kids from the tower. So now Tabitha went through the faraway tree and she is at the tower. She climbs up the tower, and when she gets to the top, the boy in white kicks her off and kills her. I thought he was on our side. Moving on, Tabitha wakes up. She survived. She is in the real world again. While she's in the real world, she has Victor's lunchbox. He gave her that before she went through the faraway tree and get kicked off by the fucking boy in white. Inside the lunchbox, she saw an address. She followed the address, and the address led to Victor's father's home. He was going to kill her out there because he's been missing his son for over 40 years now. And this random woman shows up with his lunchbox that he had when he was a kid. So in his mind, she killed his son years ago, and now she's trying to confess it. But she explains that she was seeing kids in the trees and all that other weird shit, and then Victor's father believes her because his wife, Miranda, she used to see the same things. So he shows Tabitha all the drawings that his wife used to make and all the symbols, and his wife used to have the same bottle tree in her backyard, but it was not the original one. He says his wife used to put bottles in a lot of trees, and this is not the original one. Drive to the original bottle tree, they get hit by a car, and they get picked up by an ambulance to drive them to the hospital. The ambulance is driving them to the hospital, and while driving to the hospital, the ambulance sees a tree in the road. A tree in the fucking road. We are back in Farmville. Tabitha tries to explain to police that no, you do not want to turn around from this tree. But bro, honestly, she wasn't as scared as she's supposed to. She was so timid. It's like she was not even afraid for real. She wanted to go back. She was like, no, you can't go. No. Bro, scream at them niggas, run away, do something like, you please, you gotta, like, beg. You're not trying hard enough, and that pisses me off. So it's night, the ambulance gets to town, and they see a dead body on the floor. It's not a body, it's one of the monsters pretending to be dead. The EMTs get out, they try to save his life, and they died. Tabitha and Henry was handcuffed in the back of the van. Boyd ran out to help them. My nigga Randall, I know we said we didn't like him, but he got slimed out so bad this part of the show. He went to go get tools to help to start the van. In the middle of the night, mind you, monsters are creeping around this entire van right now. One of the monsters talked to Boyd. They said, hey, I got the keys here. You can start the car and leave right now, but we gonna take your nigga Randall. So like, we could kill all y'all right now, or you could just take the keys and just leave him here for us. I'm not gonna lie, that was some fuck nigga shit, but I would've left his ass there too. Hey. The next day, everybody wakes up. We have a problem. We're running out of food. The soil is bad, no more food is growing, and everything is getting rotten. We don't know why. And throughout the day, while we're trying to figure out where we're gonna get food because the soil is poisoned and we can't grow any more vegetables, the nighttime comes. The monsters let out the animals in the middle of the night, so now the people are coming out trying to save the animals, because if the animals die, we won't have anything to eat. So Boyd and his crew get out there trying to save some of the animals, get them back in the barn. And once he gets into the barn with Tian Chen, this is Kenny's mother, by the way, he gets into the barn with her trying to put in the animals and closes the door. Oh my god, why did he have to close the door? Once he closed the door, the monsters were already in the barn. It was a trap. They bamboozled him. We were fooled. We were took for absolute idiots. The monsters are the animals and let us put it back in the barn just to trap Boyd alone inside the barn. Funny part is they didn't kill him in the barn. They tied him up, give him front row seats to watch as they eat this woman alive. And again, I actually explained to y'all, these people don't kill people regularly. They tear you from the inside out. You have nothing left of you when they're finished. Why do they keep talking to Boyd? Why do they never kill Boyd? Are they friends with Boyd? Does he get special treatment because he's black? Let's be real now. While all this is happening, Kenny doesn't know that his mother died because he's on the road with Jim trying to find Tabitha. They don't know that she came back home already. She's been missing for a couple weeks or months. I'm not sure how long she's been gone, but they were searching for her and they find food. So they found vegetables outside that they can feed the town with. So they get the food and they come back. When they came back, the town is having a meeting and they're basically cussing Tabitha out because she went outside and she did nothing. Because she really got outside and she changed nothing. Like, we could tell the police something, the ambulance something. We told nobody nothing. Well, she did tell them, but nobody believed her. Around this time, everybody was cussing Tabitha out. Victor meets his dad and they hug it out, you know, real manly stuff. And then Victor went down back into the caves where the monsters live because he was looking for this doll. Because this doll belongs to the same man named Christopher that was seeing the same signs that Jade is seeing right now. So maybe the doll has some connection. I don't know. It's a doll. And here comes the most fucked part ever. This nigga Elgin started having dreams. Oh my god. Why did he start having dreams? He has dreams seeing this creepy old woman in the house covered in blood. He starts receiving messages from this creepy monster through the pictures from a Polaroid camera he found in the basement. Between seeing the monsters and the monster trying to contact him, he get the bright idea that, oh, maybe this monster is trying to save us. you're not the first maniac we have here, Elgin. You are not the first insane person we have here. They are not trying to save us. And let's talk about Fatima. Same girl that was pregnant while she couldn't get pregnant. She's having a problem. Remember the same food that we said we couldn't eat because it's getting rotten for some reason? Oh, she loves it. That's Burger King for her. I know people say Burger King is nasty, but bro, a double Whopper with bacon hits. I'm not gonna lie. So she's guzzling down these rotten fruits and vegetables like she's fucking Kirby. She's eating all this nasty stuff and nobody knows why, and she tells nobody until this old woman catches her eating some shit and she kills the woman. Let's go back to Victor. Remember when he and his dad went to the cave and found a puppet? The only reason they went to the cave and found a puppet is because Victor thought that Christopher, the man that used to see the signs before Jade, was talking to the puppet, and the puppet knew the secrets of the place. But when he get to the room where they were supposedly talking with the puppet, he remembers that Christopher was talking to the boy in white, and the boy in white told Christopher that the only way to end all this is to save the children. And this is where Victor went crazy and he acted like a maniac. It's because his mother died the night he told her that story. He told his mother the only way to escape the place is to save the children. His mother tried to save the children and she got killed by one of the monsters. So he blamed himself, thinking that it's his fault his mother died. His mom's a hero. She just trying to get home, bro. We go back to Elgin. He finds a root cellar in the town. It's a secret room in the back of the root cellar, and he kidnaps Fatima and brings her down there because the monster is telling him that she has to have the baby, and the only way that she has to have the baby is down in that cellar. So he kidnaps her, locks her in the cellar to have the baby. I mean, the whole town was looking for Fatima, bro. Everybody was searching for her every day, and he was helping them search. This maniac knew exactly where she was, and he was helping them search like he knew nothing. And then we have Creepy Girl. Remember, she's the first one that monsters used to talk to. She told Boyd the monsters were laughing because he will never find Fatima in time. And even after hearing that, this bitch still doesn't tell them where Fatima is because he still believes that this monster is gonna help them leave, right? So they figured out that Elgin kidnapped her and hid her. He's not telling nobody. So Boyd went to torture him. We hammering on his hand. He's still not saying nothing. We cutting up his fingers. He's still not saying nothing. So hey, Crazy Girl pulled up to the crib and she like, hey, everybody else playing with you because they don't know how far they gotta go for you to talk. And she grabbed that fucking screwdriver and she stabbed that nigga right in his fucking oh, bro. This might be the happiest I've ever been since the day I was born. I swear I ascended. I have never been more happy for somebody to be blind in my life. I wish he died, honestly. After she stabbed him in his eye and blinded him, oh, she's such a darling. He told him that Fatima is down in the root cellar, so everybody run down there. But it's too late. Fatima is already screaming. The baby's already being born, and this creepy woman is already there taking the baby out of her belly. So once they get down there and they see Fatima, Fatima tells them, hey, I had the baby, and this creepy woman took the baby and brought her downstairs. Boyd went downstairs trying to look where the woman went with the baby, and Boyd went down to the cave, and when Boyd was down on the ground, he found the woman with the baby, and that baby grew to be a fucking monster. And not just any monster, the same monster that we killed years ago. I just don't know what's going on now anymore, bro. I'm just here watching and living life because I don't understand nothing no more. And then we go back to Jay because he's still trying to get us out of here so hard. I think he's the only one that's really trying to get us out of here. He was studying the faraway tree that has the bottles in it, and he found out that the numbers on the tree played a song. So he took the violin, he went to the tree, and he played the song. When he played the song, the same Ankui children showed up and they surrounded him and Tabitha, saying the same Ankui bullshit. But this time they actually find out what it means. One of the children came up to them and say Ankui means remember, and in that time she starts to remember everything. I know I just said I gave up on trying to make sense out of this show, but bro, Tabitha remembered that she and Jade are basically soulmates. They came here over and over because the same Christopher dude that saw the signs before Jade is basically a reincarnation of him, and Tabitha is basically a reincarnation of Victor's mother Miranda, and they were meant to be together. And these dead children are here because one of them are their children, and they keep coming back because they're supposed to rescue the children, but they keep failing. And this is where I absolutely gave up. I don't care about what happens anymore. I don't know. I give up. And after all this has been explained, my nigga Jim fell down to his knees in pain because how you gonna tell me, your husband, that your soulmate is another nigga? Like, she was blatantly cheating on you, bro, for years, and you can't do nothing about it because that's some supernatural shit. You know what I'm saying? So he ran back to the RV because shit, he's in pain. He's trying to cry. He don't know what to do. Shit, I relate to you, bro. If I knew that a nigga was supernaturally dicking down my wife, I would have been crazy too. When he went back to the van, he saw his daughter. I don't know what she's doing in the forest, but she tries to save him from this man in a yellow jacket that we call the man in yellow. And he's the same man that was on the phone before that told him,
Your wife shouldn't have dug that hole, Jim.
and then the season ends there when he supposedly dies. I'm not 100% sure if he dies because you know this show, bro. This has so many twists. I just finished editing this video and it's 3 a.m. I have no life. Shit, I might be seeing monsters too. If you can check my calendar, the final episode for season 4 dropped yesterday. I recorded this video while season 4 was actively dropping. I haven't watched a single episode out of season 4 yet because, bro, I was not gonna let that show stress me out weekly every Sunday. Are you crazy, man? So this video is only about season 1 to 3. However, I am going to binge season 4 tomorrow and I will be coming out with another video. Depends if it's good or not. But anyways, yeah, it's 3 a.m. bro. I'm way too tired to make a fucking intro. I'll see ya later. Fuck!